Hey, how y'all been living? And welcome to the second episode of Producing the Culture. I'm your host, Versace. Here I'm about to break down the cultural ideas and references in media, including music, movies, and memes. Talking about the entertainment industry and the money that goes behind the scenes of some of the favorite things you know in culture. Please note, 86% of all opinions expressed here are personal views from a young black male with college education and public school learning. With that in mind, also understand that these facts and opinions are not sugarcoated for preschoolers. In other words, it's not a dirty secret, but be aware. If you're a kid, you might not want your mom and daddy knowing what you're listening to. If you're a parent or a big brother, you might not want to let the young ones be around for this. It's that type of show. This time we're going to be examining the 2019 Netflix special, Invader Into the Florpus, that was broadcasted nearly 2 decades after the pilot episode of the show. I felt like a kid watching after-school cartoons. I loved it and considered it a real treat. Who first wrote mature-themed comics in high school. His style of storytelling was gruesome and creepy. When Nickelodeon executives approached him for a new kids show, everything about child animation changed. And some of the voices you might recognize in this wonderful presentation include Richard Stephen Hortz, Andy Berman, Rosaric Ricky Simmons, Melissa Fawn, and John Vasquez himself. They are recognizable for their works across different shows and movies. I recommend looking them up on IMDb. Now, like I previously stated, the creator made mature-themed comics, and getting hired by the orange splat known as Nick changed nothing. Invader Zim is known for 3 things. Dark humor. This was a departure from most programming on the channel, and it became a trendsetter alongside Ren and Stimpy, Real Monsters, and Rocko's Modern Life. Okay, let's get back to the Netflix special. From this point, I will be spoiling the movies. The plot follows the same sequence as the show. Zim gets introduced to some human technology or custom and twisted into a diabolical and often stupid plan to conquer the earth and enslave the population. Dib warns everybody, but they treat him like the boy who cried wolf. He has to exploit a flaw in Zim's plan, and usually by himself, sometimes with the help of his sister. In the movie, it's just slightly more complicated than that. It explains the backstory of the show and the hiatus with Dib narrating in the dream sequence. This sequence is a mixture of elements from anime and American graphic novels. The Membrane family. Professor Membrane is an over-the-top genius who his only trust is in logic. He stopped believing in fantasy notations after losing his arms to a shark and replacing them with cybernetic limbs. Gaz is a video game junkie with a cold demeanor. She cares for her father and fights with Dib and hates Zim. Dib knows the truth about Zim's alien origins, but thanks to his other conspiracy obsessions, everybody brushes him off. After the last encounter, Dib spends weeks glued to the surveillance cameras, waiting for Zim's next attack. Zim is in his yard stretching. Dib rushes over in his power chair because his butt is fused to it for seeing so long and watching the cameras and being an obsessed, shut-in nerd. Zim shows Dib a clip of him laughing while hiding in the toilet. This is the same clip that was used as promotional. Zim reveals his absence was a plan to incapacitate Dib, and the time has come to initiate Phase 2. Dib looks on in horror until lawn gnomes zap him with their laser eyes. Zim has forgotten what Phase 2 was and told his computer not to record anything related to it. Zim and Gur have a montage of failed plans trying to figure out what Phase 2 is, while at the same time Dib has his own exercising montage to get back in shape and out of his chair. Zim discovers his leader's flight plans for the galactic conquest and realizes that he's the joke of the whole species. Zim was sent to Earth to be as far away from the conquest as possible. This sends Zim into a deep depression. Dib breaks into the house after his workout to discover the depressed alien. Excited over his victory, Dib uses his father's Peace Day announcement as the stage to reveal Zim's true existence as an alien invader. However, things don't go as Dib planned. Zim hacks into Professor Membrane's friendship device and kidnaps Dib's father. Gura writes a song to help the device Cell and the children of the world to hold hands. Once the human Earth is teleported right in front of the Urkin Armada. The teleportation of the entire planet causes a dimensional rift called the Florpus to appear. This threatens to destroy both the Earth and the Armada. Dib and Gaz are locked down by a hybrid clone of their father who serves bad pudding. They team up to trick the clone into fixing the alien spaceship to rescue their father from space prison. There are heartfelt moments with pride between father and son. During his imprisonment, Professor Membrane rationalizes that he is in a dream and still doesn't believe Dib. After a Lion King reminisce death of his father, Dib battles him for control of the teleporter. Professor Membrane comes back when hope is lost and kicks major ass. The climax of the movie involves awesome fight and chase sequences, with different animation styles to highlight the unstable Florpus. The good doctor is able to unlock the computer moves and restore the Earth. The Urkin fleet is destroyed as the leaders refuse to change course and fly straight line into the Florpus. Now it's time for the lightning round. Here, I'm going to list different Easter eggs and references. Old comic book superhero style in the dream sequence. The food robot questions human experiences, a la Rick and Morty. Foodio 3000 is voiced by Justin Roiland, the creator of Rick and Morty. Justin also does additional voices in this movie. The show creator did the most voice acting for the characters with 4 different characters. Dib is an extreme geek for the paranormal. Gasmat radiation is a hazmat suit. Worst dad impression is the actual voice of the clone dad later on in the series. Dib's review is equal to a horror monster and shows most classic visuals from the pilot episodes. The creepy title card in the opening sequence. Gur ate a baby. Yes, that's how dark the jokes get. There's a meta humor in the trailer teaser of Zim laughing in the toilet. There's also toilet humor a few times. The laser gnomes from the show make a slight appearance. If you blink and you miss it. The tallest are stand-ins for Nickelodeon executives and other idiot leaders. There's a lot of vomiting, a la Family Guy. There's a lot of vomiting, a la Family Guy vomit. There's a training montage, foreshadow payoffs including ham, vampire bees, a spaceship, and the dad clone. The clone and pudding become a strong emotional tug at the end of the movie. Zim even gets on the stage, has a big announcement, and gets everybody to buy into it because it comes in different colors, even though it's the same thing. People pay for their own enslavement, like that and the trends of different sheeple. Peace is nice. Peace is better than chicken and rice. These are the dumb pop lyrics from the movie, but also references how dumb lyrics spread across the internet and across the world in hit songs. Infectious music spreads all over the globe. Tak is referenced as the only female invader for the whole alien race. Zim's throne is creepy enough to be its own alien monster. Flaming peanuts, an unhealthy concession stand food. Crazy theory. The scientist doesn't believe a theory that's so outlandish to the show, it turns out to be a fact. Proud dad and death of a father or parental figure holding on and may be caused by a child. That's a classic trope you see all over Disney. Being a cheer versus hiding in the toilet. Just the ridiculousness of the show itself, and which is worse. The show even has this line that says, Is It Just Him Laughing All Show? Which is a meta reference to the old show, and also how voice actors injure their voices. Zim even cries out for a lozenge. And Justin Roiler, the voice of Rick and Morty, even uses beer to help get his signature burp and comments on how much it damages his own vocal cords. Professor Membrane uses the Kamehameha wave a la Dragon Ball Z. There's a Dukes of Hazzard style narration at different points in the movie. Thundercats or He-Man style power up. There's a bandage on the earth to show that everything is fixed or healing. And the reality clashes are reminiscent of different animation styles, including puppetry, inside out, gross humor, bodies, animals as humans, humans as animals, and that type of thing. This show had a major cultural impact and inspired the likes of Regular Show, Gravity Falls, Rick and Morty, Steven Universe, and Avatar: The Last Airbender. Even though this special debuted in 2019, there was an announcement when a fan asked if the show was ever coming back on Twitter in 2016. That's how long they've been working on this. And thanks to the ending of the movie, there's a chance for the show to come back if they ever attempt it again. Thank you and have a great day. Hey, how y'all been living? And welcome to the second episode of Producing the Culture. I'm your host, Versace. Here I'm about to break down the cultural ideas and references in media, including music,